Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the MCDFNL Footy Show. Once again, Interleague edition this week as we take a look at the weekend's big Worksafe AFL Victoria Country Championships games between the Allenbank Football Netball League in the footy and the Ballarat Football Netball League in the netball. Sean Kelly's my name, joining me as he does every week. Sam Gowers, welcome, my friend.
Happy to be here, mate.
Happy to have you here as well. Just some nice work by you, I believe, donning some runners' outfits on the weekend, doing your best work in fluoro green.
Always have.
Good to hear, good to hear. We'll touch on that more shortly as we start having a look through the results from round 5 last week. And in the senior footy, as we can see, some pretty big results across the weekend. Starting with Navarre, 27 wins in a row for the Hoppers, 21-16, 142, defeating Avoca 3-5-23. Lexton, a nice rebound for them, 21-21, 147, defeating Denali 3 behinds 3 points. Natty Bialaba, 19-6, 120, defeating Newstead 12-10-82. Natty pulling away in the final quarter of a somewhat spiteful encounter. And Royal Park 15-10, 100, defeating Talbot 5-11-41 in our Saturday day games last weekend.
And in the night games, Carisbrook 21 goals, 13, 139, downing Maryborough Rovers 4 goals, 5-29. Malden 9-12, 66, running over Trentham 8-4, 52. And in Sunday's game, Harcourt 17-13, 115 over the top of Campbell's Creek 6-10, 46.
Yeah, some big results there. We'll touch on a couple of those very shortly. A-grade netball results from the weekend as well. Navarre 62, defeating Avoca 28 in the grand final rematch. Lexton 49, defeating Denali 10. Malden 39, defeating Trentham 28. Natty Bialaba 48, defeating Newstead 17. Good to see Natty back on the winners list. Royal Park 37, defeating Talbot 22. Maryborough Rovers 31, defeating Carisbrook 23, and what could be classed as the upset of the round. And Harcourt 73, defeating Campbell's Creek 16 on Sunday. Starting next week, we'll bring you, or not next week, the week after, when we get back into competition, we'll bring you all of the ladders as well. At this stage of the year, the ladder, you can't really read too much into it. Now is the time, though, when we start from round 6 onwards, when the ladder takes some meaning and takes some shape. We'll start bringing you those every week going forward. Talking points time for this week, Sammy. Talking point number 1, the Carisbrook Football Netball Club absolutely flying at the moment, doing their best work under the cover of darkness.
They certainly are. They're unstoppable under the lights. The Redbacks, Maryborough Rovers, their latest victim on the weekend.
Did have a chat to a player from the Carisbrook side that might hold a reasonably high ranking at the club. That said that they're quite happy that the night games are over, but on the other hand, they don't mind playing under lights because they know that the other teams absolutely hate coming out to Carisbrook and playing under lights, and they know that they've got a 6-goal advantage every time they step on the ground when it's under those candle lights at Carisbrook.
Yeah, they certainly do. They're not too bad in the day either, Carisbrook. So,
true. Although they've lost a game in the day, they haven't lost one at night.
Yeah, to Navarre though, so you can't read too much.
Still a loss.
You know, it's pretty much a bye when you play Navarre these days. You just know you're going to lose.
True. Moving along, second talking point, Malden coming from behind against the other night specialist, Trentham, who were looking pretty good at three-quarter time, but Malden, 4 goals, none in the final quarter, come over the line, showing some real ticker on the weekend as well, Sammy, and something that could hold them in really good stead when we're looking at finals berths in about 10 weeks' time and starting to figure out the wheat from the chaff and the sides that are going to go on and play in September.
Yeah, we spoke about Malden a couple of weeks ago being a bit of a on-the-rise team this year, and these games sort of against the mid-tier teams like Trentham are the ones they need to win, so good to see the Dons getting the job done on the weekend.
Second week in a row, these names were atop their best players list as well. S. Birchall, J. Cross, H. Kelly, hugely important for the Dons, those 3 players.
Yeah, certainly. We know Sean Birchall coached them to a flag last year. Him coming back...
Not last year,
a few years ago, sorry. Yep. And him coming back just gives them a real boost.
I was going to say Daniel Parkin was thinking, hang on a second, didn't I coach a flag last year? And all of a sudden Sammy's taken it away from me. Yeah, no wonder those Navarre boys don't like you and want to line you up every time they see you. You're just taking flags away from them.
Sorry, boys.
Talking point number 3, our Interleague game, the AFL Victoria Worksafe Country Championships, taking place this week at Princes Park on Saturday afternoon. What's shaping up to be a pretty good game of footy, Sammy, between the MCDFNL and the Allenbank and District Football League.
Yeah, it certainly will be a good chance to see some of the MCDFNL's best in action.
Yeah, some names floating around. We're going to have a chat with Luke Treacy, the coach of our Interleague team, very shortly, who was reasonably tight-lipped. We spoke to him on Monday, so he still wasn't 100% sure of the final makeup of his side, but safe to say names like Aspland and Chaplin running through the midfield is a pretty good start, and when you're trying to juggle a forward line, you're trying to fit Nathan Wright, Ash Driscoll and Matt Brown into the same forward line, and figuring out who's playing full forward there. Adam Hurst at centre-half forward, and blokes like the Dog Roscola floating around a half-forward line, nipping at their heels. It's a pretty good dilemma to have.
Certainly is. Plenty of firepower up forward. Should be an interesting team. Should be an interesting lineup.
Should be indeed. Keep an eye out for that one tomorrow, of course, Friday, on the MCDFNL website when we bring you Sammy's preview of the weekend's action, and that will have the selected side on there as well. But don't just take our word for it, because we have some representatives from both our football and our netball interleague teams. Our netball team, of course, playing the Ballarat Football Netball League in Open and 17 and under netball. But we had a chat to Luke Treacy, the coach of the senior interleague football team, last Monday night out at Princes Park, and we also caught up with Amanda Parkinson from our Open interleague netball team. Had a chat with both of them about how they think this weekend's interleague games are going to pan out. Welcome to the Bendigo Bank MCDFNL Footy Show, our interleague preview this week, and joining me to do it is our senior interleague coach, Luke Treacy. Luke, welcome, mate.
Thanks, Shaun.
How have you found this, mate? Preparation as the interleague coach for the first time. It's a pretty exciting week.
It's been very exciting, yeah. Really enjoyed the campaign so far, and the support of all the clubs, the club coaches, the players. The response has been terrific there with their commitment, and it's been a really an enjoyable build-up, and we're looking forward to this week's training sessions and into Saturday.
How's training been? Have you had a good roll-up?
We have been really happy with the commitment. The response from the clubs and the coaches to push their best players forward and make them available has been terrific. We've really enjoyed, the blokes they seem like they really want to be there, and that's great. So we've had a good roll-up with over 30 on the track every night, and then the 15 that are missing have all been accountable, and that, I guess, indicates that they want to try and be in this team. So we're looking to get a good side together.
And how have they been gelling together at training? Because sometimes that's the hardest thing for an interleague side, to actually feel like a team. How have they been coming together?
Yeah, it is, and certainly when you know each other to play against, but sometimes those first couple of weeks can be a bit awkward, so we've tried to make them fun, try and enjoy ourselves and get to know each other. That's been a big focus. So the side that can gel and really work together the best on Saturday, because they're going to be two quality sides, they probably get the advantage if they can work well with the team.
When you look at advantages, does playing on Princes Park hold much of an advantage? Obviously, not a lot of players get to play here, only those ones that really play regular finals, whereas Allen Bank probably suited the more heavier kind of ground, similar to what we get here, but with the weather patterns and probably a little bit more heavier grounds. Does being here help you out?
Yeah, I think we've got a key advantage playing at home. To play on this ground, it's a small or skinny wing type of ground, so I think if we can play it well and I think defend it well, that's where we can get a big advantage. If we can press up and keep that ball inside our forward half, that's where we can. So yeah, I think that will be an advantage to us, and yeah, the ground's in good nick here, so the forecast looks pretty promising for Saturday, and we've picked a fit and fast, hard-running, attacking side. So that's the way we want to play this ground and play the conditions. You mentioned the skinny wings, and obviously with that, it's pretty easy to direct the footy into certain places on this ground. Have you been working structures at training to reflect that as well? Yeah, we have. We want to try and move the footy through this corridor, or sort of not be out on the lakeside, out of bounds too often. So we have worked on that with our training, and I think that's been a key part of our training, in that the game sense stuff and the bibs have to come out, because the skills, and they're all good footballers at this level, so we don't have to worry too much about the skill stuff and a bit more game style. So.
And have you found that? Obviously you've coached club sides before coaching at Carisbrook, but coaching that side where you're right, everybody is a good footballer, they know how to play the game, you don't have to teach them basics and how to kick, how to mark. Has it been more strategic and probably more higher end, the training sessions, than what you've been used to?
Yeah, it has. We've had nice to train, new footies. It's been really slick sessions. It's good to be a part of, and certainly having a good coaching group, and certainly we all get involved there, and it's been great, because I think the big thing we want to say to the fellas and everyone takes out of this campaign is that they learn something from it. Might be the bloke they play next to on the Saturday, or from one of the club coach or the coaching groups. So it's been good.
So who's the blokes on the track that have not so much surprised you, but have kind of stood out, and the ones that you reckon will be ready to take the game by the scruff on Saturday?
looking forward to young Josh Folkes.
Yep.
He'll play, and he's made a really good start to the year, and he's only a young fella, but we're putting a lot of faith in him, and we look forward to seeing what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
I think the better the game, the better he'll play. So looking forward to that. You've got the class of last year's medal winner in Damon Aspland and Paul Chaplin through the midfield, and so we've been impressed by everyone. I think we've got a nice solid running back six, some good midfielders and some depth there, and 6 different versatile forwards. So
some blokes up front to kick it to as well.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need an even spread of a couple of goals from each of our forwards and a couple from the midfielders, and I think that's where we win the game.
There's been some good goal kickers in the league this year as well. Is it something that you've got to manage getting a few of those into the same forward line on the weekend?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about teams gelling, that's a key part of it. They're all used to probably having the majority of the ball directed through them on a Saturday, so their ability to dummy lead and to block and to work for each other will be important with that forward line functioning. Do you know much about the Allen Bank Footy League and the team that you might be facing up against this weekend? Yeah, well, we expect a contested game of footy, that they'll be hard at the stoppages and good in close with the grounds and the type of weather that they get. But certainly one thing we do know is they'll be really well drilled, having Aussie Jones as an ex-AFL footballer and coached at VFL level last year. That's a big challenge for us. And played MCDFNL footy before as well, don't forget. He did have a run with Played with Craig, yep. So I think he'll have a reasonable understanding or a bit of a knowledge about our league as well, and a few people to call on there. So yeah, we know they'll be well drilled, and we're going to have to play well and stick to our structures for 4 quarters. Well, mate, it's going to be a ripping game here at Princes Park on Saturday. Get down and have a look. It's the only game in town, obviously, on the weekend, so get down and have a look at this one, starting at 2 p.m. here at Princes Park on Saturday, mate. Best of luck for it. It's going to be a great day, and we're hoping we can extend your coaching career by another win at least. Yeah, the boys are looking forward to it, and I'm really excited for them and the whole group and everyone involved in the league, so best of luck to the netballers, and hopefully everyone can get down Saturday and see us have a big win. Yeah, it should be a great day. Senior Interleague coach Luke Treacy joins us to preview this week's Football Interleague. Next, we're going to catch up with a member of our senior netball Interleague team, Amanda Parkinson from the Maryborough Rovers. Go for it. Welcome back here to Princes Park, our Bendigo Bank MCDFNL Footy Show Interleague preview, and it's netball time now. Joining me to talk netball this week is a member of our Open Netball Interleague side, Amanda Parkinson from the Maryborough Rovers. Amanda, welcome to the Footy Show.
Thank you.
Good luck this weekend, your first Interleague representation for the MCDFNL. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, it's quite interesting to be involved with. As a playing coach myself, it's a massive advantage for me to be involved in the Interleague squad. I've picked up a lot from everyone. It's obviously a lot of experienced players and coaches on our team, and also Rach and Kimber. Obviously, they've played in a lot of Interleague squads before, and they've just been fantastic. Have you found that obviously going through what you've done with the regional state league team and going through this Interleague squad, is it something that you feel has improved your netball, having playing against and with all these really good players? Yeah, 100%. It's been a huge eye-opener for me playing netball at a higher grade, a higher league. The regional state league comp, everyone had a great time, and we were also quite successful, so yeah, it's been really good. You speak about the regional state league comp, and 7 of the 8 girls going out on the court this weekend played in that comp together. The only one that's coming in is Jess Parry, who obviously everybody knows because she's been in the Interleague programs in the league ever since Navarre came in. So having that familiarity is probably going to be a real advantage this week against a Ballarat side that don't really know each other too much and have kind of come together just for this game. Yeah, so we did have the opportunity to play Ballarat in the regional state league competition. We come up against them twice, and we gave them a fair run for their money. And I know that team has been together for quite some time, so having a few of those girls in their team will be an advantage for them. But I think we're on the front foot with who we've got in our squad, having played that competition together. And a lot of the girls have previously played in the same teams as each other. So, I've played at Natty with the Natty girls. Everyone's sort of been around and had that, as well as the regional state clubs. Whereas a lot of the girls in the Ballarat side have come together, and they've come together from all over the place. I think
3 of the girls played RSL, but one of them was with Wimmer in the RSL. So there's only 2 that played in the Ballarat team, and there's a couple of girls that have come into the league this year. So it's kind of a little bit pulled together where I think you'll have an advantage in the fact that you've all played together.
Yeah, I hope so, and I think also playing in the same league as each other. We've all played on each other, against each other, and with each other. So it's going to be a huge advantage for the Maryborough side.
What's your game style going to be? Is it going to differ too much to what you were doing in the Regional State League, do you think? Or obviously being an outdoor court, more susceptible to weather and everything like that, will it change a little bit?
I don't think so. I think it'll be much the same. It's quite a fast pace indoors, but I think if the weather holds up for us this weekend, it will be much the same. It's a very agile team, so there's a lot of running, a lot of jumping. Obviously, as we've said before, netball is a non-contact sport, but these days
No, it's not.
there's a fair amount of contact. So there will be that contact, and it is a hard game now, and that's just something.
I've seen netball games that have been more physical than footy games recently,
Yeah.
so you can, it's a non-contact sport, but that's only in phrase.
Yeah.
Looking at the game this week, have you got an idea of the role that you're going to play? You're going to basically play through the attacking end of the court throughout the game?
Yeah, I would say so. Obviously, with the inclusion of Jess Parry, who will probably be our main goal attack.
Yep.
The goal shooter, goal attack position will be shared between myself, Jess, and Alex Dempster.
Yep.
It'll just be a matter of who is playing for Ballarat in the defensive end, who we can match up against. Obviously, if Alex and Jess are working well together, I might be running through the mid-court as well. So it'll just depend on the day who's got the legs, I guess, to run it out.
Well, best of luck for Saturday. It's getting dark and it's getting cold out here, so we might wrap this up reasonably shortly. Amanda, thanks for joining us tonight on the MCDFNL Footy Show. Best of luck for the weekend. Best of luck for your first MCDFNL Interleague game, and very much hoping that come Park Hotel at about 7:30 on Saturday night, there's a big cup that you girls are all drinking out of.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be able to share that around.
Amanda Parkinson from the Maryborough Rovers and from our MCDFNL Open Interleague team joining us. That's all the time we've got this week on the Bendigo Bank MCDFNL Footy Show. Don't forget, get down here to Princess Park on Saturday. Senior footy starting at 2 o'clock. The Open netball, 17 under netball. There's under 18 footy. There's under 16 footy. So get down here. It's going to be a fantastic day. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.